So we are here again on India Sports News discussing the Border Gavaskar Trophy. I'm honored to have with me former India cricketer Nilesh Kulkarni to discuss the day's play. Nilesh, today was a day when India pushed things ahead, and more importantly, one man stood tall with his 28th Test 100. 1207 days for his 28th Test 100. The gap in Test match hundreds was this big. How did you see this knock? And his wife said that he battled ill weather, he was not well, and he came into bat in this Test match. So a lot was riding on this knock.
Absolutely. I think one of the hallmark of Virat Kohli's innings today, patience, perseverance, determination, and hunger to prove that he's still the best player world cricket has ever seen. So I think one of the key takeaways of this innings is he needed a lot of patience, perseverance, and I think the entire world knows how quality player Virat Kohli is. He proved it again. The drought was long, which I understand. At that level, many a times you go through these lean patches, but in his case, in Test cricket, at least in red ball cricket, the drought was for way too long for a quality player like Virat Kohli. But he put India into a good position by showing the hunger to hang on to adverse conditions, and I think that's a great sign. That's a great sign of a champion player, and in form of Virat Kohli, he proved that again.
Uh, Overall, India started the day not so well, but Bharat teamed up well with Kohli. Bharat looked a bit tentative. Do you think the scrutiny about his wicket keeping, about the fact that there is no Rishabh Pant, people comparing him to Rishabh Pant in everything that he does, do you think that's affecting Bharat?
See, I think it's early days, when you're into your first series, into third or fourth test match, the expectations to have a comparative, this thing is always high. But he's still doing a decent job. Of course, wicket keeping can be a lot better when it comes to the number one job description. But he stitched a good partnership with Virat Kohli. He hung in there, he supported Virat. He was selective in the shot selection, also very, very good. So I think he's learning as probably when you start playing when you play about 8-10 test matches and then you gain more confidence with some experience, then this criticism is fair. Right now, I think it's early days to go hard on Bharat. He's had good days also, but couple of bad days does not make him a bad player or bad cricketer.
Absolutely fair. And then Kohli had a very good partnership with Axar Patel, and that partnership really put the Test match beyond Australia's reach. How do you look at Axar's evolution as a batter in this particular series? Because he's not had much to do with the ball, but with the bat, has been simply consistent.
Absolutely. I think if you separate Aksar's contribution as a batter in this entire series, according to me, he's a standout performer low down for India. In the first two test matches where India managed to win, the contribution of Axar Patel is significant. And like today, again, he was there with Virat Kohli to actually cross the line and then put up a decent 80, 90 run lead for India. See, I mean, the expectations from Axar is to get wickets, obviously, but the way he's delivering as a batter is equally important lower down, considering the kind of situation India falls themselves in. To bail them out, he's pulling off some brilliant innings for India to start thinking about either winning a match or saving a match.
Axar and Kohli brought India to about 550 odd, and then it was expected that someone like a Shreyas Iyer would come out, but he didn't come out. There's been a lot of criticism about Shreyas Iyer on social media, especially where they felt that if he didn't feel up to it, why was he playing the Test match? He already missed the first two Test matches because of the same injury, and now he's not come out to bat because of that same injury. How do you look at this Shreyas Iyer situation?
Well, interesting. The reason I'm using word interesting is because, if he was not fit, A, he shouldn't have played. And if he has declared himself fit, then he should be on the field. Unless that injury happened while he was fielding or doing something on the field, then those are freak incidents, because when a doctor and a team of trainers declare you fit, then obviously you're on for the game. It's just a matter of whether the injury he carried into this match or he actually had this injury on the field, because there's no official statement on that part, which is very interesting and surprising. But if he carried that injury, then it's disappointing. If he had that injury on the field while fielding, then I can understand.
A good point that you make, and the fact that the tail did not wag as well as Australia's tail wagged. You had Nathan Lyon and Matthew. In the first innings, you had Nathan Lyon and Todd Murphy adding 70 runs for the ninth wicket. India's tail did not wag as much as the Australian tail. Is that a cause for worry? Because Ashwin, Umesh, and Shami did not really support Kohli the way they should have.
But I think the approach was slightly different towards the end of the day today, because India wanted to go for runs to do make sure that they give more opportunity for Australia. Had it been, a defensive approach, even the tail would have approached the session differently. But I think it was quite obvious that the team management instructed them to go for runs and try and accumulate as many runs as possible, so that they can give more opportunities to our bowlers to have extra advantage for tomorrow's last day.
Do you think that Kohli would be disappointed that he missed out on a double hundred?
Absolutely. I mean, as a batter, the way he grinded himself, the way he hung on, obviously, quality player like him, he will be disappointed because he deserved that 200. And he's, as a champion player, after coming from dot, you always want to, acquire as many runs as possible when you start getting those. So obviously, he'll be disappointed.
Towards the end of the day, India ended with a lead of 91. How big a lead it is in your view in the context of this test match?
Well, India would have loved to have 30, 40 more. So like 130, 150 would have been a great total for India to put Australians on a back foot. 91 it's a bit of a tricky situation. If tomorrow India managed to get a couple of breakthroughs, especially the batters who are in form, like Usman Khwaja and then Labuschagne and Smith, if they manage to get them early, then India stands a very good chance. And obviously, Australia will want to now save this Test match, because they don't want to see play against India in the World Test Championship finals also. So obviously, Australia may have some different plans. They have already lost the Test series, so it's just a matter of how they approach this game. I don't think Australia is going to go all out to win this match. Now there are only two options. They should not lose and make sure they draw.
Yeah, absolutely. And the fact that towards the end of the day, Bharat dropped what appeared to be like a sitter when Matthew Kuhneman, who was amazingly promoted up to open the order, he was almost like an opening night watchman, if for want of a better word. How do you look at that promotion and Bharat's missed opportunity?
I think it's at that level. Definitely, he'll be more hurt than us when we saw that catch being dropped, because it was an absolute dolly. But these things happen. One day, he picked up a brilliant catch down the leg side also to get Cameron Green out of Ashwin. So these are the things which happens on cricket field. There are no retakes for cricket, unfortunately. What happens on the field. It's at the spur of the moment. Either you take them or you don't take them. But he should be better prepared, because every opportunity comes India way. India would want to grab that to make sure that they have a very good, strong chance of winning this test match.
And the fact that Usman Khwaja was not fit, he got injured while fielding. How big a dent do you think it will be for Australia?
Huge psychologically, morally, because right at the top, he was in last two test matches. We saw the way Usman Khwaja actually stayed on the wicket for long, to build a partnership. Definitely an advantage for India. Let's see how it goes tomorrow, whether he's fit or he's still into that bit of a tricky situation. But that's an advantage India, and that's where I'm saying that Bharat, people like Bharat and others maybe need to put more extra effort to make sure that those opportunities get capitalized and do not miss out on those.
Absolutely. What are you hoping for, Nilesh, tomorrow?
Well, only two results according to me. India definitely want to go out for winning this test match to put Australia under pressure, and the second is obvious, a draw.
And your pick?
Well, if the first session goes India way, India stands a very good chance. Depending on how Ashwin and Jadeja are effective on this, the ball is gripping. Some balls are keeping low, so that's an advantage to India because Australia have to now only survive to save this test match because they've already lost a test series.
So here's the verdict from Nilesh Kulkarni. He's already putting India ahead of the last day's play. What do you think on India Sports News? Please comment, like, share, subscribe. We are also available on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Please do keep liking our videos, following us, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel and press the bell icon. Keep supporting us, and we'll come back with more. Nilesh, thanks a lot. We'll catch up with you tomorrow. Hopefully, after an India win, an early finish to the
Absolutely.
test match, and then we'll catch more on this broadcast. Till tomorrow, I take your leave. Good night, goodbye, and God bless.
Thank you.